Hello, cooler fans. I'm the PC Expert Amateur, and we're going to take a look at the DeepCool LS720 SE. It's from the Infinity series, but I understand that the American government has banned DeepCool because it has apparently been involved in sending equipment of some kind to Russia that could potentially be used by Russia in the war against Ukraine, and that's a bad thing. But as with my EK AIO, I bought this well before that happened. I mean, quite some time before the embargo, or whatever you want to call it, the ban by the American government happened. So I don't feel bad about putting this up because, yeah. So this is it, and this is the way it comes packaged. Now, this white part is actually just a sleeve, which is a clever thing to do because it allows them, and this is all the specification stuff, which I will put on screen, but this sleeve allows them to use the same box for multiple of their AIOs because there's nothing definitive on this. It just says DeepCool. And it's got that little emblem. So this is a great idea. It saves money because instead of having to come up with many, many different boxes, they've got the same basic box, and all they've got to do is produce a sleeve and tape it on. Very smart. Very, very smart. Saves us money, and it saves them money. So let's go ahead and take a look at those specs right now. And I'll just start off by saying that based on a lot of different reviewers who have already looked at this product and also the LT720, that this is a line of coolers that is very, very good. In fact, their newer product, the Mystique, is only slightly better than this product. So if you have a choice between the LS or LTs versus the Mystique, whichever one you can afford is fine. Now, if you're looking at the LE is more of a basic version, so it's not going to perform as well. But if we look here, and we're going to ignore the specs that say with LSP, which is going to reduce noise at the cost of performance, we can see that the pump speed is 3,100 and the fan speed is 500 to 2250, 85.85 CFMs and 3.27 millimeters of water for the static pressure. And the fans that they use in this are actually stronger than the same model that they sell separately. These are better. Also, I wanted to point out that it has this anti-leak technology, which is supposed to be pretty good, and it allows you to bleed off air and stuff like that. Pros and cons with their packaging. Another company that's using the cheap cardboard tray. However, they have these pieces of foam on each end here, so that does help a little bit at least. This was used to cushion the water block. The mounting kit comes with the usual stuff. It's got the manual in a little envelope, and it's got the frames. One there. That's Intel. And then the AMD one is two pieces that's in here. We've got the low noise adapters. There are 3 of those. There is also this other cable that is a PWM. Looks like 1 to 3 PWM connector right there. And the usual nuts and bolts. No paste. So that's okay because not every water cooler or air cooler that has the paste pre-applied on the cold plate also includes a tube for reapplication. This is the fan, which is ARGB, it's PWM. Pretty basic. This is what it looks like when it's not moving. And now, let's give it a little go. A little bit of a whirl. What do you think about that? Let's go ahead and listen to it. I think I've got it to the lowest speed right now. But let me just make sure. Oh, nope. No, it is already producing a noise. Wow. There's a I don't know if you can hear this or not, but there's a hum coming out of this thing as well as the wind. And it may just be because I've got it running so slowly. Yep, there we go. It stopped. Just the hum, just the fan noise, the normal fan noise. There's a harmonic resonance. Again. Again. So yeah, it is comparatively loud. As far as the static pressure with, just checking with my hand, obviously, it's somewhere about 2 millimeters of static pressure. Now that's without a manometer, so this could be what they say it is. And given the results that this cooler gets, a hand cannot capture the full volume of air and how hard it's being pushed. Basically, good for case, good for air cooler, and if it's really 3+, then it's great for water coolers as well. And here is the port for venting it, and at least in theory, it does self-vent. Here is our water block, which is kind of bulky and has what looks to be an infinity mirror on it. It has both ARGB and a 3-pin connector. And the tubes do turn on the block, which is good. Always good. I'm not sure if this is removable, but it probably is removable, just not particularly easily. So you can't rotate it. Let's see what it looks like turned on. There we have it. A bit of a infinity mirror effect. Yeah, not much of an infinity mirror effect. But it's there. And since we can't rotate this, as far as I know, the DC symbol will be like this. However, do not mount it with the tubes on the bottom. That is the worst way to mount it. Mount it on the side, mount it with them on the top, but not on the bottom, because that means that air can get trapped in here, and this is where the pump is. We do not want the pump to be full of air, and we do not want air being against the cold plate. Those are bad things that can happen. All right, let's listen to it now. That is maximum. And although it started out with a bunch of air bubbles in it, Seems to have already cleared them out. I'm going to turn it. Now I'm hearing a lot of air bubbles. And this should help to move the air bubbles out. Should. Yeah, but it's not really doing it yet. Interesting. Well, this is far noisier than I expected it would be. I thought that the air would get out of there and then it would be quiet like it did initially, but it's apparently resisting that for whatever reason. And I can still hear it, even though it's now, 2 feet away from my ears? It's not loud, but I can hear it. Inside the case, I probably would not hear it. But still, that does concern me a little bit. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to push air through the radiator and see how much of it actually exits. And, in terms of like how much I can feel like pressure-wise. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. Yeah. So that's a relief. I would say that just like reviewers have said, this is actually a really good water cooler. I would say that this is a really good water cooler and a safe bet. I mean, obviously it's going to be hard to find unless you can find somebody who has somehow gotten a hold of stock and is selling it like on eBay. Like I got the DeepCool Morpheus case that I'm using on eBay after the ban happened. But this, yeah, it's a good option as long as you can find it in your country. All right, that's it for me. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. Thanks. Have a good day. Need to ask for your help. I'm sorry. On December 11th, 2024, Amazon terminated me and used false accusations against me. And on December 17th, I had my left shoulder operated on. I'm getting a lot better. I can do some things with my hand and my arm, but it's still pretty limited. If you could please help me out by liking, subscribing, sharing, commenting, and turning on notifications for my channels, that would really help. If you want to help me financially and you can afford to, you can go to my Glenn's Fast Reviews and you can do a super thanks as a donation there. If you want to donate on a monthly basis, you can become a member there. And or you can go to patreon.com/GLENNMII. So thank you for that. Also, I'd like to say thank you to bleepingcomputer.com for allowing me to post messages on their forum about my videos. Thank you so much. And don't forget to visit them. They offer a lot of wonderful resources for people who are using computers. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.